Oh, yes. Welcome back, everybody, to another camping with Tony from Maybe Camping. Oh, excuse me. Dry throat. We're going to do a wild camp. This is a last minute thing. I've got my pack all set up in the back here. We've got only about a 20-minute walk through the bush, and then we've got to find a camp spot. I think I know where to go. We've got tent, tarp, great food. We need to get some wood down. We need to get a fire going. I don't know what the weather's going to do. Could be heavy rain, could be mild rain, lots of wind. But first of all, we've got to get the backpack on. Got to get out of this, get my waterproof on, and get going. So let's do that. So rocking the Stony Creek Stow It Pro jacket. Right, I need to get my meat. I've got food in the fridge. I need to put it in my food bag here. Let's do that. Getting there. My Garmin inReach Mini 2. Okay. I don't know, this probably weighs about 25 kilos. What is that? 50 something pounds, I think. Come on. Oh, I haven't worn a backpack for quite a while. Probably should have gone with something a bit lighter. Good to go. It's a bit later than I thought. All right, let's get cranking. So it's only about 20 minutes through the jungle here, the forest in New Zealand. Beautiful forest. Truck will be safe there. No one is coming through this area. I checked the branches above. Nothing dead, nothing loose. So the truck won't hopefully get damaged. Yeah, tricky, gnarly track coming in as well. It's very rough. Need a very good high clearance 4x4 to get through it. Right, so we've got to bash our way through a lot of this bush for about 20 minutes. Whew. And then we'll be out on the stream. There's the river. Beautiful. Right, we've got to punch through there to get to where we're going. Yeah. It's not far, almost there. Sort of following this animal trail. This is New Zealand though. No dangerous animals, it'll be deer. And here we go. Break out into this clearing. Nicely tucked away, out of this wind. And I think this is where I want to go. Pitch the tent here on this high point. Try and work out how to hook my tarp up, maybe with a pole, and have a fire down here. And look at that view. Wow. New Zealand in winter. Look at the snow on the tops. Just spectacular. Okay, so yeah, set the tent up here. I might try and do the tarp first. Probably gonna have to make a pole for it. So I'm going to set all this stuff down and get the big camera out. Hopefully the weather holds. So far, not so bad. It's just cold. Alright, so I've got a tent and tarp, as I said. This is the tent. It's the Hilleberg Niak. Now what I could do is set the tent up first, and then we could just move it around as we need to, so it's then underneath the tarp wherever we finally set that up, so I don't have to bend over to set that up. So we'll set the tarp, no, you know what? We'll set the tarp up first. So it's a Flames Creed tarp. I honestly cannot remember the size of it. I think it's 4 by 3 meters. But I don't know. Brand new, never used it before. I did open it to check that everything was there. It's got all these guy lines. So this looks like, this looks like 3 by 2, 3 by 2.5. A good size, just big enough to cover. So the wind and the rain, I've just got to work out what orientation I want this. There's loads of trees to tie off to. So I've just got to work out where I want to put it and how I want to put it. And then where I want to have the fire. Yeah, so this could be a tricky bit. Okay, let me work that out. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is, now these come with their own sort of straps, but I don't know if I want to use them or not, but I'm going to tie it off sideways to the back there. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best way to do it. So what I've got to do is unravel this, see what they've got here. Oh, okay, I see. So I can just loop it onto one of these. Yeah, loop it onto one of these and loop it to the back there. So let's do that. Yeah, this will work. And then you just pull these draw cords like that, and then it'll tighten it up, okay? And I need to do the same to somewhere at the back there. So let's hope this is all long enough. Should be. I don't want this to be over my fire, so right, let's tie the back up. Okay. Then we just pull on the draw cords and tighten this up to exactly where we want it. Yeah. And then I'll be able to bring this across like this, and I'll be able to sit underneath there. In fact, I could have it right out like this and just use the tent to wrap it like that, and then just peg it down to the corner. Okay, I think the best thing to do now is actually get the tent out. And work on that. So that's what we'll do. Actually, no, we're going to peg it out. I'll explain why afterwards, but I think I need to just peg it out just to see what I'm doing. Now, from that angle, you can see it's cut in. So, overhangs at the top, but it comes in, so you can see more out the side. I've not really seen many tarps like this out there. It's quite unique in that respect. Unpicking this cord is like unpicking potato sacks. Nightmare. Alright, so we'll do one right down to here. So I'm going to tie a loop in the end. And for my loop, I'm just going to do a slip knot, because I like them and they hold really, really well. It's a shame they don't come with a loop on the end already. And there you go, that's not going anywhere. That will hold anything. Okay, so we want it quite a long way out. I'm using meaty pegs. So I don't want to over tighten just yet until I've got the other ones in. So these are the pegs I'm using. Hilleberg pegs, very strong. Oh, this is going to be a great shelter. I can already tell. I might be able to raise it up a bit higher as well. Okay, not a fan of how they've tied these. The end ones came out really easily. There we go. Right. I know you can't see me there, but it's a really rocky ground. I need a stone. Okay, let's try again. Okay, that should hold. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I can raise this quite a bit higher. Okay, I'm going to get this done and bring you back for the tent. Alright, I'm pretty much all set up. What I want to do is just put a pole here, lift this up. So I need to just loosen the front and sides a bit. Okay, and then what we'll do is get our pole, find a good size for the notch here, like that. So I want to have my fire here, so I don't want the pole in the way, but I just want to raise this slightly, so like that. And then maybe have my fire down here in this dip here. Okay, so now we can tighten this back up again. And it tightens against the pole perfectly. The pole is pretty strong. Okay, then we tighten these up. This is already tight. Yeah, we're good. Haha, great success. Oh, that's not bad at all. That's looking pretty epic. I have my chair here. I've got the most amazing view out. And here comes the rain. So I want to set my tent right here. So just clear the ground of any crap. And it should just fit nicely right in here. All right, let's do that. Right, so the Hilleberg Nyack, or Nyack, or whatever you want to call it, is a freestanding tent. So very easy to set up. And because I'm sheltered here with this tarp, I'll probably only need to peg out the four corners and no guy lines needed. Famous last words. This is a very lightweight tent, but pretty strong. I've had this thing in a snowstorm, in everything. It's a good tent, really good tent. and they're pre-bent poles. I don't know if pre-bent poles makes it weaker or stronger. And the rain seems like it's setting in now. Okay, so need to find the sleeve to stick it in. Okay. Yep. Oh, just like that, here comes the wind. Just as I said, I won't need to guide out. I did say famous last words. Okay, you pull these tensioner straps nice and tight. All right, we need some pegs to peg it down with because it wants to take off already. Look at it go. Whoa, there it goes. It wants to go. All right, so the door is on this side, so we're going to have it facing that way. Is that centered? I think that's good. All right. Here's the arse shot. Rocks everywhere here. Nightmare. Nightmare pegging anything in. Ah, that's good. Same on the back. Someone's going to inevitably say, why don't you just camp in the truck? It's always someone. All right, so then I just need to guide this, peg this one out here, which is the ventilation, and then we're good to go. And I can bring you back for unpacking the pack. Say that when you're drunk. Right, so what I've done is, I do like the angles of this tarp, so I've folded up one side here. So I've got a wind block here. I can put my chair here, I've got a wind block here, but I can look out all over here. It's just opened everything up completely. And any rain that falls is going to channel on the outside of that anyway. Good, right, we're all good. So now I can bring all my gear in. And as I said, I got a lot of gear here. Right, we need to just open the door on this. All right, now sandflies, midges, bitey things, they're going to be a bit of a problem. So I've got my thermocell. I just got to get it all set up. But look at that, look at that setup. Awesome, the view out is just going to be spectacular. I'm on a bit of a slant, but I'll be sleeping with my head up that end. All right, gear out. So what do we got? We got a lot. Toilet roll. Very important. Chair, hugely important. Rainproof pants, food, nope, jumper, sweatshirt, all in waterproof bags. That's food. I've got a table. All right, my sleep pad is the Thermarest NeoAir X-Therm. This is the max version, the biggest one. Fireproof gloves, Thermacell. Cooking stuff and plate, that's my Trangia system. Right, this is all my sleep system and spare clothes. That all goes in there, that's all that needs to go in there. My sleeping bag is in there, so that's all good. All right, let's get the chair set up. Right, this camp is about to go from good to absolutely amazing. Oh, oh man. Oh, I'm here finally. Months since my last wild camp, and I'm looking out at just the most majestic view. I'll be showing you a lot of it, but this might end up being an amazing camp spot. All right, we need to get this Thermacell rocking. So if you don't know what Thermacell is, it's a mosquito repellent thing that runs on a butane gas cylinder, and it has like a permethrin insert. So you change the gas out. New gas bottle. Oh, I can feel them. I don't want to spray myself. Okay, you take one of the insert, the permethrin sticks. Stick that in. All right, and then you turn it on. There's a little thing on the end, a glass screen, and you light it. There we go. And that heat works. Trust me, they work. Right, I've got my ouch pouch, which is my medical kit. Got my car keys on me. So I'm going to put all of that. My car keys and my wallet in this secure spot here. It's got a clip in here to clip your keys onto somewhere. Oh, there. All right, we're good. Take the ouch pouch out. Right, we are going to need to go and get some firewood to get the fire cranking, which I'm probably going to have right there. And I'm going to need to get some stones to make a little fire pit as well, because it's obviously going to burn there. Got my table, full luxury. Someone's going to probably say, what's the point in going camping? I just like my luxuries. You can still camp and have luxuries and be in the outdoors. Now we've got some grim weather, I think, coming. I don't have a mobile signal. Oh, I forgot, I've got to show you something amazing. Look at that, perfect. I've got to show you all something incredible. Don't get too excited, but it is cool. In my backpack, I have with me, so that I can communicate, a cable, a power bank, and the Starlink Mini. Can you believe this thing? I already used this on my last camp. This thing is incredible. And yeah, you just set up here and you've got Wi-Fi. I reckon this will work, so let's give it a go. All right, so these are my spare, really, really long guy lines. Not gonna need those. All right, so what you do is, I got a special adapter to plug it into this USB-C. So that goes in there like that. So I don't actually have any trees above me, so this might work. We shall see. Okay, and then this plugs into this battery bank in the 100-watt bit. Okay, I can see it's come on. And I can see the blue light here. If I just tuck that all in under here, if this works, then Elon, you're a genius. All right, we're gonna give that a couple of minutes to start up and then we'll see how we get on. Okay, I'm gonna check my app and just see what it's doing, and I'll try and record this so that you can see it as well. Okay, so we need to go to the Starlink. Here we go. All right, connecting. Oh, okay, so it's connected to the Starlink and it's saying calculating orientation. It says it's downloading a software update. Starlink antenna unreachable. Oh no, here we go, it's working again. All right, so we'll give it a sec, see how long it takes, and I'm hoping we've got some access here. I'm gonna record all this on the screen and I'll bring you back and play it back for you. All right, I don't believe it. It's actually working off that little battery bank. Okay, so it's telling me I need to change the alignment and follow the instructions on the screen. So it's telling me to tilt this like this for some reason. Still telling me to tilt it. Oh, there we go. Starlink tilt is incorrect. Yeah, I know. Well, it's telling me to go that way, but I don't think that's right, because I know the Starlink tilt is incorrect. It's got to be on a really flat surface, it's saying, but I've still got speed, so I don't know what the problem is here. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Worked. Starlink is aligned. All right, tilt is incorrect. So I need to bring the front up a bit. All right, let's do that. Oh no, that's completely wrong. I need to bring it like that. There we go, Starlink is aligned. Okay, so we need to do that. Awesome, look at that. That's good enough. All right, let's do a speed test. Let's do a speed test and see what speed we're getting. This is unbelievable. I can't believe I've actually, holy moly! We got 200 and something megabits download in the middle of nowhere on this tiny little Starlink Mini with a tiny little battery bank. And we got 31 megabits upload. That is incredible. And it's still downloading a software update as well. All right, so I'm staggered that was so good. I don't know how long the battery's going to last. It's already at, it's saying 98%. All right, I'll keep an eye on it, but at the moment, it doesn't seem to be using a whole lot of power. Cool, all right. And I just got a text from my wife. How amazing is that? In the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I got a text from her. Cool. I'm here. Unbelievable. And just in case you don't believe me, look, I'll do a speed test and you can see that the airplane mode is on. Connecting, it's on SpaceX, Starlink. Boom. Look at that. Unbelievable. And trust me, I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's no mobile reception anywhere around here. I'm surrounded by mountains and trees. And with this teeny tiny little thing, I put it in my backpack. Unreal. And it's still at 98%. It's using hardly any power. Great success. Right, we need a coffee. And then we've got to go and find some firewood. Or do we find firewood now? You know what? Looks like a huge amount of rain is coming in. Okay, let's do firewood now. All right, got my saw. This spot is spectacular. Look at it. Amazing. Now what I really want is some dead manuka like that. So I'm going to scour around, see what I can find that's dead. There should be a fair bit in here, and then we'll saw it down. This is what I'm talking about. Dead tree, dead manuka tree. Stuff is really great. Burns really hot. I mean, even the lower pieces inside, they're bone dry. So this is going to be great kindling. Oh, this is going to be, yeah, this is going to be great. Some of it is rotten, but the rest is absolutely bone dry. This would be great kindling. Yeah, if it cracks like that, then you know it's good. Okay, let's chop this down. Easy life. All right, we'll drag this one back to camp, get a bunch of others, and then we'll have ourselves a fire. Yes. Woo! Okay, I think I need to find a couple more like that, and then we can start chopping them up. All right, I've got a whole bunch more wood. There's loads around. So I just need to process this up. And then we've got to build a fire pit. There's stones everywhere, big stones. So I'll probably put it just where that is. I don't want this stuff too big. Oh, that wood is so dry. Look at that. Manuka wood burns very hot. It's a very dense wood. All right, I'll process all this and bring you back. You know what they say, chopping firewood, or firewood heats you 3 times. When you find it, when you cut it up, and when you burn it. So there's my pile. Yeah, I think my saw is pretty blunt now. That, it doesn't look like much, but it will keep me going. And there's so much around, I could just cut it as I need it. Right, we need water, and we need to go and make a coffee. So what I want to do is head over to the river and fill it up directly from there, rather than this little brook here, because it's faster flowing than this thing down here. That is perfect. And that'll be crystal clear snow melt water. Lovely. All right, so we're gonna get down there and go and fill up the water bottles. We just had a massive windstorm come through here. This is all fresh fall. See snapped limbs up there. Hopefully the worst of that is over. I think so. That's come another way. This was the only way down. So yeah, this stream, look, got some algae in it. It's probably clean, it's spring, but I'd rather have the fresh snow melt. The color of this water is stunning, and look where it comes from. The catchment area all the way over there with the snow. There's snow up there, snow all along the ridges. How beautiful is this spot? Look at it. After we've got the water, I'll show you where we're camped. Actually, let me show you now. You can just see how amazing this camp spot is. There'll be deer out here tonight, I'm sure, on this riverbed. There we go, there's camp. My wood supply looks tiny from here. Check it out. What an awesome spot. Look at it. It's a superb spot. This tree in front is dead, but I've actually got my tarp tied to it, otherwise I would chop it down. But look at what I'm looking out on. Come on. It's just, I just am so lucky to live in New Zealand. I really am. It's just the most beautiful country. And to think there's no predators here. I loved Canada, but Canada, you've got all sorts of predators that we don't have here. None here, not a single predator, except man. Right, let's get some of this water. I don't even know if you can really make that out from here. It blends in quite well, actually. The green and the yellow. It's not very visible, but it will be once I light my fire. Right, now you want to see clean water, South Island, New Zealand. Oh yeah, it's snow melt. You can see there's a little bit of grain in it, but it's beautiful. Look at it, that color. It's like crystal blue. Oh, it's cold water. Woo. I'm going to fill up my filter as well. Oh, it's so clear. Lovely. Right, back to camp for a coffee. Ah. I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited about a wild camp for a long time. I mean, because of Bruno and what happened with Bruno. That's probably why. But now I've got Bernie as well and Bolly. Bernie's too small to come out, and also there's no dogs allowed in this spot. But yeah, Bernie's too small to come out wild camping yet. He's too timid, too nervous. Okay, this is where I came down. She said. Right, clamber back to camp. Whew. Coffee time. Oh, it's unbelievable. Now, let me just check that I am in focus. I am, okay, good. I've got a new knife here, by the way. This is a Firecraft FC7 by FC7. Who makes this? Something River, Wild River or something? I can't remember. Anyway, FC7 knife, 7-inch. This thing is an absolute beast. It's designed, it's called Firecraft, it's designed for batoning wood and carving wood and other things like that. So when I come to split these big pieces, I'll be batoning with this. And it comes with a flint, fire steel, and a notch. Like that. Awesome. Now, before we do our fire, even though the ground is absolutely soaked, we've still got to build a fire pit. And what I want to do is fill that dip in with rocks and then put rocks around it. So we will do that. Okay, now what I'll do is move the table so you can see this. So I've got my Trangia with me. Trusty Trangia. I've got fire gels. Pots and pans, everything. I don't need any of it for what I'm cooking tonight because I'm going to be cooking on the fire. I just wanted to bring it just because it was new. Wanted you to see it. Because I've destroyed my other ones. I've really abused them. So anyone who knows the system, oh look, AB Camping. There are the puppies. So anyone who knows this system knows. So I'm using these Fire Dragon eco-friendly gel blocks. Yeah, anyone who knows this system knows it's windproof. It's awesome. Gosh, I bought a lot of those. Okay, and then I've got in here, I'll be lighting that. So I plonk one of these gels in here. Whoa, they smell strong. Okay, now what I wanted to see was, would it light from the fire steel? What does everyone think? Is this going to light? I doubt it. Let's see. No. Oh. No. Didn't think so. So that's the one downside of it, is they won't light from this. Mets will light from that. So I've got a fancy lighter with me. It's one of these plasma lighters, so I wanted to see if that works as well. We'll see if it works. Yep, that worked. Wow, that was quick. Plasma lighter. Thoroughly recommend these. Very cool. All right, as you can see, the flame may be coming out the top there. Bit wobbly, doesn't matter. Okay. Let's boil up a whole load of water. And then we'll have our coffee. So I am sporting the AeroPress system. And I've checked out all the instructions, so I'm extremely confident. I've never made one. So you take a piece of paper out. Now if AeroPress are watching, it would be great if they'd given you a little somewhere to store the paper. There is nowhere. Okay, so I've got two here, hang on, right. So you stick the piece of paper in the bottom there. Now I've been assured this is one of the best ways to make an espresso. when you're in the field. Okay, so the pad is in the bottom. You put that on like that. You put your coffee in. In this case, I've just, oh, it smells so good. I've just ground this morning. Don't want too much. Almost. Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, because we're only making one espresso at the moment. These fire dragon things, the flame comes right outside. It's so powerful. And then what you do is you fill it to number 1, so here with water. So you just make sure it's level. You fill it to number 1, you agitate it, you put the plunger in and you push down, and then that's your espresso. At least that's what they say. And then you add hot water to make your Americano, which is what I will then do. So I will add it. I mean, usually you put it in afterwards, but we'll see. Okay, so as soon as this is boiled, we'll do that. Whoa. Okay. Right, I need to put this out. I think like that is the best way. Yep. Okay, here we go. So can I do this on the table? I think I can. Let's move my transit off here. All right, so we pour the hot water into level 1. What it said? Yeah. I think you can do the whole lot through it if you don't want an espresso. But I want an espresso. It says to stir it, but I can't be bothered. Anyone who knows me knows I don't bother stirring. All right, and then you plunge it through. So I guess by the time this plunger has got to the bottom, should have pushed all the moisture out, and it has. Wow, cool. And there's an espresso. Wow, that's strong. Yeah. So we'll make it an Americano. Lovely. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming. Smooth. I could probably make that a lot stronger, actually. Yeah, it's nice. That's very smooth. Okay, I need to have this coffee and then we'll build the fire pit. You know what? I've just realized it's getting quite late. It's almost going to get dark soon. So actually, I better get on and get these stones down here now. So I've got to walk all over and get loads of stones. I'll bring you back when I've got them all here, and then we'll build a little rockery, a little bed for them. Okay, so if I have the fire here, I might have to move the Starlink a bit. We'll see. It might be okay. So if I have the tarp down, it's going to come to here. So this is exactly where I want the fire. Now, instead of making a big wall like I usually do, I'm just going to make a pit of stones. And that's it. And have the fire on the stones. Now I know some people are going to say, they'll explode. in all the years I've been doing this, they've never exploded. Now, I don't know where that comes from. That saying of river rocks explode. But I've never seen it myself. Right, make this nice and big. Okay, so that partially protects the ground. Yeah, look at that. Great success. All right, now I need some tinder. Yeah. So this manuka tree, this bit here, looks lovely. If it snaps, it's good to go. Yep. So that's dead. No leaves on, all this stuff. Beautiful tinder. This has been dead a while. Oh, it just snaps off so easily. But look at the stuff on the end here. That's just going to go up. It's going to be brilliant. The outside is a little bit damp, but it'll be okay. Right, so this bark looks okay, but there might be water inside. Let's have a look. No, that's all right. That doesn't look bad. We'll add some of this shredded bark. All right, let's take this back and let's get our fire on. Ha! This is going to go up. This is going to be great. All right, let's just prep some of this. Yeah, this is long dead. Okay. One trees above. Yeah, I decided in the end not to go with really tiny branches, and I just went for it. Whatever. Okay, so we're going to take one of these packs, one of these eco gels. And use that. Just light it in here. And we should be good to go. Okay, it's a light. And then we put it out. All right. So we should get a lot of smoke now. But that's okay. Manuka burns very, very hot, by the way. And yes, this is the wood that the bees get the pollen from, the nectar, to make the honey. All right, let's leave that and see how long it takes to get a fire. All right, another trick up my sleeve is I'm going to use my pad pump. Awesome. Pad pump works well every time. Okay. So we've got some lanterns that I can set up as well. Just so we can light this whole place up. I don't know if you can hear that bird squawking. That's a bellbird. It's like an alarm call. Oh, the fire is really cranking now. Awesome. Look at it go. Oh, it's doing a great job. Oops. What I like about this tarp is it's got loops up here to fix lights. That's handy. Okay, we need to get some more wood on here. I might need to use the pad pump again. It's just the outside of this wood is so damp. But inside it's bone dry, it's just got to get through it. Alright, let's do the pad pump again. Yeah, I'm going to put another fire lighter in. Good job I brought loads with me. Okay. Oh, the rain is here now. So I've got to get this fire cranking before the rain gets to it. Okay, fingers crossed that's it now. Well, I'll bring you back, hopefully with a roaring fire. Welcome back everybody. Excuse the smoke. So I managed to get it cranking. It's absolutely roaring now. The heat's lovely. I've had to bring this side down because, well, as you can hear, you can probably hear it's raining. So you can see it dripping off here now. By bringing this back, I've gained all this extra space so I can sit closer to the fire. Before I was going to get wet otherwise, and my chair would have got wet. So this has worked out well. I've moved the pole over just slightly because it was really roaring at the beginning. I know now what I need to do is cook my dinner. Trouble is, I need coals. I should have lit the fire way earlier. So this is going to be a late dinner. I've got roast lamb for dinner, and I want to cook it on the grill. Yeah. This is going to take quite a while for this manuka to turn into coals. It's a very hard wood. If it was softwood, then no problem, it would be quite quick. So yeah, it's going to be a late dinner, it's going to be dark. I guess I just got to wait, suck it up. Some big raindrops coming now. I think it's going to rain like this all night. And most of tomorrow morning, maybe most of tomorrow. A lot of rain. This place gets a lot of rain, this area. So, if you've come for rain, you've come to the right place. Alright, so we're waiting for coals. Oh, what just happened? Oh, okay, welcome back everybody. It's It's absolutely chucking down. You know what I might do is put the light on just so you can see the rain. I'm sure you can hear it, but it's very different when you can see it. Let me turn that down a bit, but you might be able to see it now. Yeah. It's chucking. Honestly, I can't tell if you can see it or not. Right. The fire is looking good. What I might do is, it's going to be ages till I just get coals. So I've got my grill, my trusty grill, and you'll see I've put a down jacket on underneath. I was getting cold. Much better now though. Oh, this is so warm, this jacket. Okay, so we've got the grill. I need to put it on here. There we go. Okay. And then what I might do is put the meat directly on the grill. It's already seasoned. Here it is. It's a roast lamb. It's already seasoned. And then maybe I'll lay my pan on top of it like that to stop two reasons: to stop the rain getting to it, and to sort of give it a bit of an oven effect. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so here we go. Chuck it on and just leave that on like that. And then just keep going back and checking it. Oh, if I wasn't on the wagon now, I would be having a beer. Definitely. Now the camera, I hope it's okay. I think the umbrella's a bit wonky now. The camera went bang, fell over. I tripped over a guy line and just caught the tripod just as I set it up. All sorts of expletives. So sit rep on camp. I'm only getting wet when I go to the camera. That's it, period. There's no wind, it's beautiful. It's warm and cozy in here. The heat from the fire is actually coming into camp. So it's actually quite warm in here. I'm just making such a mess. Definitely bringing this down was a good thing. But I love this tarp. The way it's cut to the side is great. It just gives me that extra perspective. Otherwise, it would be another foot this way. And you just lose, it's harder to film, for sure. But you just lose a little bit of view. And you know me, I'm all about the view. Right, now I can hear this sizzling. I don't want to burn it. Fireproof glove to the ready. You just need to heat it. Okay, that's better. I do have two gloves, I just can't be bothered to go and get the other one. And I've still got plenty of firewood for tonight. If I need a fire in the morning, I'll go and get more wood, but to be honest, I probably won't have a fire in the morning. It's just faff to deal with. You then got to put it out, wait for it to all be cool. And I'm hoping that won't be necessary. I think it will still be raining. It will be very cold in the morning. Here we go again. Oh, I hope you can see this. I just don't know if you can. Someone's going to say it's fake, because they always do. There's always that one person that says, you're a liar. There's no rain. It's honestly, doesn't matter what I do, some people just hate the channel and they're just gonna, they always think the worst. They're so miserable, they just always think the worst. They think everything is fake. I guess, I don't know, maybe they were hurt as a child or something. Right, so Yeah, sit around on camp, it's all brilliant. The Starlink is incredible. I've got to say, I'm so impressed. I'm now at 76% on that little tiny battery bank. Now, there's no way I'm going to run it all night. The idea behind this is really, it's for emergency measures when you're out in the sticks and stuff. But I'm getting full internet. And so I'm talking to my wife, no problem. We did a FaceTime, it's all good. So I definitely recommend that. They're not cheap, but it's worth it if you need internet to work or to be in contact with your family. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I would love to be sponsored by SpaceX. I don't think they sponsor people. But no, I definitely recommend that. You got to say, Elon Musk is a genius, he really is. Right, so I'll bring you back when this is ready to be sliced up. I can't believe I haven't done any batoning with my knife. I've just been putting the logs straight on. Just doesn't need it. This manuka it burns so hot, honestly. You don't need to split it. And it's so dry, it just burns. All right, everyone, I'll bring you back when we're ready with the lamb. Just gonna sit here now and wait. Could be a while. Oh, yes. This looks perfect. Oh, wow. I couldn't have asked that to be any better. That's absolutely perfect. Cooking nicely. Shouldn't be long now. Wind is starting to pick up. Yeah. Could do without that. It was beautiful before. The Starlink rocking over there. 69% battery left. That's amazing. Okay, time to check dinner. The wind really picked up, the rain has picked up. I just thought while there's this lull in the rain, it's not super heavy, check what's going on here. Well, it looks good from the outside. Whether it's done on the inside, I don't know, but feels like it is. I might give it another few more minutes. This lid on here, having my pan, is really helping. It's reflecting the heat back. But at some point soon, I'm going to have to put more logs on just to get the heat up for cigar time. God, it's so grim. Chucking down, it's howling with wind. This is a grim camp. All right, I'm hoping it won't be much longer now. All right, I think it's time. Let's do this. All right, and then while we're at it, we've got to put wood on the fire. Oh, this lamb smells amazing. Oh no. Oh, I just saved it. Oh, that was close. Right, so we need more wood on the fire. This is going to smoke. I'm going to chuck these big pieces on because why not? Let's use the arse shot. Let's get some big ones on here. Biggest dickest. This one is massive. Oh, it's going to smoke like crazy. It is what it is. Okay, let's eat. Okay, now I've got to work out how I'm going to do this. I think the best bet is to put the lamb in here. Oh, look at that. No, actually, I'll put it in my plate. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be epic. I'm quite cold now. Well, just because I haven't eaten. Now, what have I got in here? Have I got anything special? Oh yeah. I've got mustard. Always have the mustard. Okay, so rather than batoning with my knife, sorry, I know that's annoying you, the light. Rather than batoning with my knife, I'll just use it to eat instead. Oh my God, it's so perfect inside. The smell is out of this world. Beautiful lamb. Usually I'd let it sit for about 15 minutes, but I'm so hungry I can't. I just can't do it. Right, so we'll take all the string off, take the rosemary off, chuck that in the fire, string in the fire. Oh, I've got to do my, oh man. I've got to do the first slice without mustard. It's absolutely perfect. Look at that. All right, bon appetit, everybody. Oh wow. This knife, that was made for carving, I tell you. A bit of mustard for the win. Oh, I'm happy, very happy. I need this fire to get cranking, to warm it right up again. Because now I've chucked all those logs on, it's freezing cold around here. Yeah. I've only got a t-shirt on underneath the puffer. I should have put a thermal layer on. Got it behind me. Maybe for cigar time I will. Oh. What a treat. And as I say, I'm on carnivore diet, so I'm only eating meat. This is yummy. It's so perfectly cooked. I might have to do a salt and pepper. Love a bit of pepper. Oh yes. Bit of salt. I don't know if you can see the rain or if you can just hear it. Hopefully you can actually hear it. Well, I'm glad I don't have to cross the river. Because if this goes on all night, the river's going to get really high. Oh, could murder some roast potatoes. All right, everyone, bring you back for cigar time. perfect roast lamb. Yum. Okay, cigar time. Right, so I'm just undercover here, but can feel the fire. The fire is roaring. It's awesome. Now what I do need to do is have a cup of tea. Lemon and ginger tea. Don't judge me. This little plasma lighter is, it's cool. I don't know if you can light a cigar with it. I don't think you can. Right, the gel packs are so much safer to use than the liquid fuel. So much safer. I don't have to worry about spilling the fuel. But they do burn hot, really hot. Like you're going to see flames coming off the side of this thing, definitely. Okay, cigar. Got a, I think it's called a Ramon. Oh, I can't see it. Ramon Alonas, something like that. I don't know. Right, so I'm not going to use my plasma lighter to light this. I really should start cutting these at home. So yeah, the beauty of this awning, I really do like the fact that it's just slightly cut back. Oh, and a big fat ember has just landed on the umbrella. It's alright, everything's so wet nothing can happen. Manuka wood gives off loads of embers, constantly flying up in the air. It's the bark. Okay, now the flame on my lighter is tiny because the lighter is so cold. I should have kept it in my pocket. It is cold. I'm wearing every layer now. I can't give you a temperature. I know it's close to freezing. But it does feel cold with the breeze. Wind chill is everything. It really is. So I'm wearing everything and I feel warm. I'm getting warmer and warmer sitting next to this fire as well. That is lovely. It's a Robusto. Okay, so cigar time. I've got to keep an eye on this. Oh, hang on. I need to put tea in. What I could do is once it's boiled, is just put the tea bags in the kettle. Someone else has said this to me before. Why don't you just put them in the kettle? Let them brew in there. I know. I just didn't think. So what do you all think of this camp so far? I'm absolutely loving it. There's just no way I could have Bernie here at the moment. He couldn't cope. I think he'd be so afraid of everything. Yeah. It's quite precious. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I don't want to put these in until it's done. Until it's hot. I don't actually need to boil it. This water's so nice. And then it's too hot to drink if it's boiling. Okay, yeah, so Bernie, he's too nervous. he wouldn't, it would take him ages to get settled in. So, cigar time. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. Can you see the rain? I can see the rain clearly because the light is aiming this way. I don't want to shine the light at you because then you won't be able to see me, but it is properly raining and getting heavier and heavier. Look, you want to see the light, the rain? Here we go. Does that show it up? So for all those people that are going to say I'm faking the sound, adding the soundtrack, no, it is raining, it's just you don't have a light on in this direction so you can't see it. That's all. It's just a trick of the trade. Okay. Cigar time. Let's do this. The last one was a bit weird. Alright, first thing I'd like to say is thank yous, as usual, to everyone. All of our YouTube members, Buy Me a Coffee subscribers, you know, for the treats, for the puppies, for myself. Patreon members, and everyone who's done super thanks, and everyone who's bought merch. Thank you so much. So appreciate it. Thank you to all of our subscribers and everyone who likes the videos. I know a lot of people don't subscribe to the channel but watch it anyway because they think, well, I don't need to subscribe. It shows up. But actually they don't all show up, and subscribing doesn't cost anything at all. It is free. You just click on the subscribe button. Even on Apple TV you can do it. I'm so wary of these flames. Okay, so what do I want to talk about? First of all, when we go on holiday as a family overseas, the puppies, our dogs, go into care, either with friends or with professional kennels. And this time we were away, Bernie and Bolly went to a place called Vinview Lodge, Pet Lodge. It's so beautiful. They had their own little chalet, their own little home with 2 beds, but they shared the bed. They have a run area outside, they go to play, they got fed treats, they had a fantastic time, they loved it, really loved it. And the owner, Kath, thank you so much, and the team, kept sending us photos and videos of them having just a fantastic time. So that's what we do. We can't take them. New Zealand is so far away from anywhere. Imagine the stress we'd put them through if we put them on a plane. It'd be a nightmare. To get to Miami, it's 20 hours of flying. It's not going to happen. At the same time, we have to go. We have to do these things. We have to go on vacation, but this time we had to take Brandon to college. But these are just things we do. We're not the kind of pet owners that don't have a life outside of their pets. Okay? I know some comment going, I would never buy a dog if I couldn't be with it 100%. I'm sorry. We've got a son that we have to see as well. So it's something that the majority of people do. Okay, we're boiling. Ah, great success! First time. Right, let's put the tea bags in. Okay. So we'll put those in, just leave it to steep. Yeah, so we're not those people. But anyway, Vinview, thank you very much. Did a great job. Beautiful place, lovely. Puppies love it. This one's going to be a quick one. Why am I choosing Bernie over Bolly to come on camps with us, and why can't I alternate between Bernie and Bolly? It's just the way it's going to be. I'm sorry, I can't handle 2 dogs. One of the dogs was always going to be with Anne when I'm away, and I've always had a male dog with me, and I could just sense that that's going to work out. People said, but if she's more adventurous, shouldn't she be the better one? No, that's the opposite of what I want. I want a dog that's going to be loyal and stay close to me, not go off exploring. Yeah, and Bernie will stay close. I just know he will. So that's why. So you can stop asking. Oh, all the comments about, oh, please protect Bernie. Please don't let anything happen to him. Look, you know what? It's never anyone's intention for anything to ever happen to anyone or anything. Come on. Some of the disgusting comments that I got about getting more dogs, getting Bernie. Someone made a vile comment about who wants, you know, what are the odds on this one surviving. Vile. These are vile people, okay? And all I do is block them. So anytime there's even a hint of something like that nastiness in the comments, they're now just blocked. Insta-block. Gone. Never ever allowed to comment ever again on our videos. And, you know, it goes as a strike against them with Google as well. Because I click report. I don't just click block. I report them. It's my right. In fact, I made a note here. Ricky Gervais famously said, because he's very pro free speech, okay, freedom of speech, and the first thing that these trolls say is, well, if you block, that's censorship. It's you're breaking freedom of speech. And he said, this was good. Blocking someone on here is not censorship. It is, in fact, a very important part of free speech. In other words, your right not to listen. And that's free speech. My right not to listen. So if you're going to get nasty, you're going to get blocked. If you're going to be overcritical, you're going to get blocked. And here's the kicker. You won't know you're blocked. You won't know. Unless it's bad and I've clicked report, and then you'll get a notification from Google that you are 1 strike from 3. Or maybe you'll just be banned. And then they ban you completely forever on commenting on any videos. So I'm just saying, just giving a warning, because, you know, I don't have tolerance for such disgusting, vile people. And they walk among us. They really do. They're there, walking among us. Actually, mainly they're sitting in their parents' basement on the couch, but sometimes they go out to get an ice cream or buy, I don't know, friends. Anyway, enough of that. Hot tenting. So I'm going to just rifle through some here. Hot tenting. Quite a few comments after I did my hot tent video, the second one with the really big tent, say, oh, thought you said you'd never hot tent again. And that's true, I did say that. I said it wasn't for me, I really didn't enjoy it. Except for that tent. I loved that tent because I could see out, it had windows, and from what I can gather, there really aren't many options out there for that sort of tent where you can look out and it's a hot tent. This fire is so insanely hot now. It's crazy. I know you can only see bits of it, but it's like molten. It's like a volcano here. I'm definitely gonna get hot now because I chucked so many logs on. Yeah, so that is what it is. I won't be probably hot tenting in that 4-season dome tent that I used originally. Unless it's just private, I probably wouldn't do it on YouTube because it's not a YouTube-y thing to film that, for me anyway. Whereas the big one with the windows and doors and you can see out and everything else, I love that. So I would definitely hot tent in that again. In fact, RBM, the people who made that tent, they're so responsive. They've sent me the smaller stove that is the correct one to go in there. So I've got that. It's another thing of beauty. That's sitting at home waiting to go. So I will do another hot tent camp as long as it's cold enough. Because we're in spring now. Well, winter, spring. Outdoor Boys and Steve Wallace are now the only 2 outdoor channels that I watch. Oh, and Luke at the Outdoor Gear Review. So 3. That's it. I've stopped watching all other YouTube camping channels and outdoor channels. I don't know why, but I don't know. I've just sort of moved on from them. It's not a criticism of those channels, it's just, yeah, just moved on. They don't interest me like they used to. Whereas Steve, Luke, and Luke, keep doing cool things. I like it. Well, actually, Luke at the Outdoor Gear Review, it's mainly because he keeps doing cool reviews. And I like those as well. Whereas Luke at the Outdoor Boys, he's the GOAT. And Steve is the GOAT of stealth camping and all other sorts of weird camping. I watched one the other day. He was on a lake in his little carriage, whatever I can't remember what he called it. His little RV, tiny RV that he tows behind a bike, and he had it on the lake. He slept in there. That was hilarious. And I know Steve doesn't like the cold, so I know he's preferring these warmer months. But I'll be interested to see what he does in winter. Yeah, that would be interesting. I can't believe he doesn't like the cold at all, and yet he lives where he lives. Maybe he's going to move somewhere warmer one day. Who knows? Okay. Sport. Ipswich Town, my local football club in the UK. I'm sorry about the smoke, by the way, and the heat waft that you're getting. It's just the direction that it's going right now. Anyone that's watched this channel knows that smoke finds the camera, and I'll get up, I'll move it, and it will then go towards it there. It's just the way it is. I hope the camera is not struggling too much to see me. Also, I think the smoke from the fire will die down soon, because it's just cranking as coals now. Ipswich Town having a hard time in the Premier League. To be predicted. Their budget is infantile. It's tiny, not infantile. It's tiny, infinitesimal. It's absolutely tiny compared to the big boys. So how can you compete with that? It's just not fair. So come on, Ipswich, you can do it. Let's get some wins. Miami Dolphins are now the team that I have to support. So why is that of the American football teams? Well, because Brandon is in West Palm Beach. He's going to university there. Miami Dolphins are going to be his local team. And so he's already supporting them with his classmates, with his golf buddies on the golf team. So I have to as well. So Miami Dolphins, go Dolphins. I don't even know if they're any good. They haven't won anything for, I think, 30 years. Super Bowl? Maybe longer. A long time. And I think it was Miami Dolphins that were in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I'm pretty sure. The Grand Tour. Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and Richard Hammond. It's the end. One episode left. It comes out in a few days. And that'll be it. For the three of them working as a team on car shows. Done. It's over. I think everyone had enough of it now. I think there's nothing more they could do. So I hope this last one is good. I've always loved watching those guys. Maybe they can find something else to do that's not car related. I don't know. Clarkson's doing so well with his farm. And I'm sure the pub will make an appearance as well. So we'll see. We'll see. I went to the movies. I saw Alien Romulus. It was okay. It wasn't bad. Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat for a lot of it. So I think Ridley Scott did okay with that one. I think it's Ridley Scott. He's had some fluffs lately. Like Napoleon was terrible. And I think Gladiator 2, I don't know. I don't hold out much hope for that. Judging from the fact that the trailer has rap music in it, I can't imagine it's going to be very good. It will probably be another Napoleon. On TV, Slow Horses. On Apple TV. Is it season 4 has just started? Awesome. Best show on TV at the moment, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, Slow Horses, I thoroughly recommend it. It's great cast, great show. And finally, one thing I watched that I actually downloaded, well no, I didn't download, I streamed, was A Quiet Place, Day 1. Now, I'm a huge fan of A Quiet Place, the first two movies. In fact, the first movie was epic. The second movie was so good as well. Another great cast. But A Quiet Place Day One has none of that cast. It's really two characters through the whole movie. And oh my God, it was so boring. So dull. How did they ruin such a concept? I don't know. Was it the same guy? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But Emily Blunt's husband, I can't remember his name. John Krasinski or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It was rubbish. I need to do some fire maintenance in a minute. I was so bored. I just kept looking at my phone. I just couldn't watch it. I couldn't wait for it to be over. It was just naff. So, I think this is a successful camp. I've enjoyed it so far. I didn't have to work my ass off to get here. It was just, 15, 20 minutes back to the car. Originally, even while I was driving, I had packed for the stream, my usual stream campsite. But then I thought, as I got closer, I thought, no, you know what, I'll try this other spot where dogs are not allowed, while I can. Because I've got plenty of opportunities to take Bernie to the stream spot. So, and here we are, and it is spectacular. I know I'm not right next to the stream like you're used to, and that's a river, but it's still a spectacular spot. The view is way more epic from here. It's different, yeah? It's just epic. The mountains and everything. I like it. I like this spot a lot. Maybe we'll come back here. There's other spots around here that we can find. Thing is, once I really get into camping with Bernie, I'm only ever going to want to camp with Bernie. It's just going to happen. It's just the way it is, because I just love being with my dog so much, especially at camp. I love it. It's the best thing ever. And I have such a bond. I form and I get so attached. I can't help it. I just get so attached to my dogs. And I always get heartbroken. I had 2 golden retrievers. I was devastated. I mean, they lived to a ripe old age, and for both it was, the end, cancer one, and the other just too old, and the vet said he was in pain. But I was devastated. I couldn't believe it. And then there was Bruce. I mean, Bruce was what, 12 years old? It was the biggest shock I'd had in a long time. And I was on the other side of the planet. There was nothing I could do about it. And then, of course, most recently Bruno, who was actually with me, and I tried to save his life from the poison, but it just got him. Someone left a comment, by the way, saying, how am I going to avoid that happening in the future of dog eating a carcass? Look, it's really difficult. I think, in hindsight, well, even then, what could I have done? I guess you can just be as vigilant and as careful as possible in areas that you don't quite know. You got to keep him on a lead. The trouble with Bruno is he was gone like that in seconds. And he'd be back in seconds, but he could get up to a lot of mischief in that short amount of time. And I think all Border Collies can. You saw Bernie on the last video. Maybe we need to talk about that. So I went camping with Bernie in Buddy the camper van, and people seem to love the video, love Bernie. Bernie is such a sweetheart. I love both of them, Bernie and Bolly. But I gotta say, and I hate to say it, it's like picking a favorite child. I mean, Bolly doesn't know, it's not gonna hurt her feelings. but the attachment I have with Bernie is something else. I don't know why, I just do. The way he comes in for cuddles at bedtime and he gets right under the duvet into my pillow. Aww, just such a sweetie. He just loves being close. So yeah, I have that soft spot for him, I just can't help it. I'm definitely going to chuck all the rest of this firewood on here tonight. After I'm done filming, I'm chucking the whole lot on. I'm not going to have a fire in the morning. It'll be so much faff. So yeah, there you go. I think I lost train of thought there. The Starlink Mini, amazing. Brilliant piece of kit. I'm at 51% now on a 30,000 mAh battery bank. That's incredible. That's been running for hours. And I've been in touch with everyone. I've been doing my stuff. Brilliant. This tarp, I love this tarp. It looks wet here, by the way, but that's because I had it folded up on the other side. But no, it doesn't leak. Flamescree, typical, beautiful sealant job. Really great. The tent, I already know this tent inside out. I love it. But tonight what we'll do is at bedtime, I'll bring you in, show you the setup, inflate the pad, and show you what I'm sleeping with. And we will be snug, toasty. And I might even not bother zipping up the door. I've let the sides down. You see the door, it's quite flexible. I don't know if you can make it out, but I've let the sides down just to stop any rain getting in inside the tent on the sides. And the tarp is covering the rest of it. This is cool, what a setup. Maybe I need to try this setup on the tops because I really love this tarp. And I have a brown one of these as well. I get the tarps from AliExpress. I don't think Amazon do them. All right, everyone. That's cigar time. Thanks very much. And I'll see you. This tea, by the way, is lovely. Lemon and ginger. Oh, it's just warming. It's just nice. And I've got a whole pot of it here. It's going to be nice. I might be up peeing all night, but hey, that's what you have a pee bottle for. All right, everyone. Bring you back for bedtime. Very, very hot fire. Last of my firewood, but it's scorching hot. Oh, it's time for bed. Woo! I am exhausted. It's late. I feel good. That was a good night. Good food. Great fire. But it's got cold now and the fire has gone out. Pretty much gone out. I mean, there's still coals, but it's not giving off enough heat for out there. Excuse the crotch shot. Okay. What I need to do is inflate my pad. This is a monster pad. This is the X-Therm Thermarest. I mean, I only use Thermarest now. Everything else I've tried, like the Zembivia, has been rubbish. So this is the Thermarest NXT, Neo Air X-Therm NXT. So let's pump this bad boy up. This is a small pump, so it's going to take a little while. You can time it. I'll fast forward it and put a timer on there if you want. Okay, I don't know what the time was on that, but yep, I'll put a timer up and fast forward so you can see. Right, so what we need to do is up here, I wish Hilberg would make these tabs a bit bigger. They're quite finicky. Okay, so I'm going to keep this hook up here now permanently so I can put this light in. Check it out. Okay. Oh, this floor is freezing. So you don't want to overinflate it because you'll be in for an uncomfortable night. All right, I'm rocking the Enlightened Equipment. I think this is a 20 or is this a 10? This is a 10 Fahrenheit quilt. But actually, I think it's called a Conundrum. Is it Conundrum or Revelation? I don't know, they don't put the names of them on here. But anyway, it's Enlightened Equipment. Handmade, these things are amazing. This is $9.50 loft, all the trimmings. These, look, all these sorts of bags are expensive, but you get what you pay for. And it's very light, but it's very warm. So you can either have it cinched up like I'm doing now and have it as a bag, or just cinch the end, also like I'm doing, like that, and have the majority of it open, which is probably what I'm going to do at first. And then you can attach it to the pad with pad straps. I don't do that anymore. I actually prefer using them as a bag. They're warmer. Now, the only thing with Enlightened Equipment is their zips suck. I don't know the brand of the zip that they use, but the zipper is not good. Always snags, always, 100%. I'm not sure why that is, I don't know. But this thing, I don't care about the zip because it's so warm and so comfy once you're inside. It's heaven, just heaven. So if I had this as a quilt, I would just lay it on top of me, or as a bag, I can get in and zip the whole thing up. Brilliant. And I've got my pillow here, my Nemo King, or whatever, Philo King. Again, don't want that overinflated. I have. All right. Right. Right, now what I need to do is find... What I might do is take a t-shirt off. My Apple Watch is trying to make an emergency call. Take my t-shirt off and pull it over the end of the bed here to hold that in place. Or I'll use my down jacket to do it. So I'll bring you back from in bed. It barely, my jacket barely holds it, but oh, it's comfy. That's nice. And I've got this set up as a quilt at the moment. Oh, it's cold getting in here, I tell you. Wow. Wear the beanie tonight, wear the fingerless gloves because I like to sleep my arms out. I've got my first light. So what I do is this is a first light sort of hoodie, furnace I think it's called. It's a thermal hoodie. So you put that up like that and then put your beanie on. Gosh, it's cold. It's definitely zero. You can see my breath. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's really cold. Now, this tent would warm up a lot if I closed the main vestibule door, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to close this, the mesh, because hardly any airflow comes through this mesh anyway. And it's just the door. Everything else is sealed, and I don't want to have any condensation. So I'm going to do that. I'm not level at the moment, so I have to tuck a bunch of stuff strategically under the pad so I don't fall off the pad in the night. This is normal. So yeah, if you can't find level ground, just make sure you've got enough gear, like your backpack, things like that, and wedge it all underneath one side like that. Have your pee bottle handy. So it might look uncomfortable, but actually, oh, it's very supporting. Oh, and it's nice. It's nice in here. This bag is a cocoon. And you know what? This is 950 fill. No gaps. I can't see any gaps in it. Talk amongst yourselves while I do this. You know, I'm not doing anything untoward. Oh, it's just joyous to be in. It's so warm. But I know I'm going to be zipping this thing up just to maximize heat in here. Well, thanks again everyone for coming. It's been a great trip so far. Great camping. Lovely wild camp. Haven't done one for such a long time. And I'll bring you back if anything happens in the middle of the night, but I'm really hoping nothing happens. I would need a good night's sleep. I've taken ibuprofen. I just want to pass out. Unbelievable. All right, everyone. Bring you back in the morning. Good night, everyone. Morning, everybody. Oh, it's chilly out. When you open that door. Oh, my bed has slid all the way down. I took my jacket off the end in the end. It was nice to be able to move the pillow around. Well, I've had more comfy sleeps. This ground was far from perfect, but I was warm. That's what really matters. Really, really warm. This bag is so good. Yeah, so I'm just sliding all over the place. Nightmare. If I'd been on the quilt, that would probably been better, but this surface, combined with this surface, you're just slipping and sliding if you're not dead flat. Never mind. It's early. It's 5-ish. I couldn't sleep. I've still got some jet lag. Excuse me. So I think, once you open the door, flipping it, it's cold. And it's only that mesh. The mesh keeps in quite a lot of heat actually, and it stops all the draft. Wow,
I think we'll get up and get a coffee on. I don't know if I want breakfast. I've said before, I'm not really a breakfast guy. Sometimes I'll have it as a treat. But I'm quite full from last night. Good meat. Alright, let's go and get a coffee on. Oh, I need a coffee urgently. Oh, we need to put some lights on. Oh, that's better. Ah, it feels so early. Woo. Okay. Coffee time. Right. It's easier to use the Nalgene. I didn't need to use my filter. The water, you see, this is a water filter. The water is so clear. Oops. I didn't need to use it. I know you're waiting for all of it to fall over. So yeah, sleep wasn't the best. I'll be honest. I've had way better. Oops, what am I doing? But I've had way worse, so whatever. Okay, not much level ground here. I love these fuel tabs, these gels. They're just so easy to use. No messing around. Okay, so the wind is blowing from somewhere. I'm not really feeling it, but I can see that the tarp is moving all over the place. I'm sure the camera is not picking it up, but it is. It's kind of vibrating here. No condensation, which, believe me, next to a river is amazing. This thing is amazing. Look at this. This is the plasma lighter I was talking about. See that? Push the button and there's a spark. That's plasma. It's so hot. Someone will have to tell me what the temperature of plasma is. One of these little lighters. What is this one? Extremis. Some generic brand, I don't know. Alright, now I've plugged the Starlink back in. I'm at 30%. We'll see how that works. Coffee time. I'm loving this AeroPress, but I found, comparing the two types of coffee, I preferred the drip, the filter, to espresso. So that's how I do it. So I did it two different ways there. So I just let the water filter through naturally. So all I literally did was that. put that in, and then put the coffee in, and then fill that with water, and it just gradually drips through, like drip coffee, and I like drip coffee. I'm gonna do enough for 2. I've got 2 left, I reckon. Oh, 3 left. Yeah, so I didn't need to press it at all till the end. But it's an efficient way of getting coffee. It's nice. Actually, I just wish there was a holder for these little bags, these little pads, the paper filters. We'll see about breakfast. I'm just not convinced I need any. It is nice to be out, it really is. I would show you more out there, but it's pitch black. As I say, it's 5-ish. It's not going to get light till 6-ish, sort of towards 7 o'clock. These are slightly insulated, these pants. Very, very thick, thin fleece. They're warmish. They're not full winter pants. I mean, I should probably get some because I'm feeling just a little bit cold on my legs. That's it. The rest of my body is warm. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers on. All right, bring it back for coffee. Okay, we're in business. So yeah, I found that just doing that, and it actually drains through. I guess you could put the plunger on to make it quicker, force it through. This is where it all goes flying. But you're meant to leave it to brew for a bit. So putting the plunger in will just hold the water in there for a bit. And then when I'm ready, I'll pour it through. Oh, I need it. Actually, I'm sorry, I need it now. I'm so desperate for coffee. Haha. All right. Oh yes, hot cup. Cheers everybody. I didn't let it go to full boiling. Oh, that's smooth. Okay, let me just change this setting. There we go. The struggle is real. Because I was away for a while and hadn't camped before that for a while, getting the camera right and everything else is such a struggle now. Oh, lovely, lovely. So I'm glad I came to this spot. There's no way I could have done the tops. My back is still a bit of a mess. So that wasn't going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to do the tops again unless there's like a snow guarantee and I really want to go and wild camp in the snow. I'm not going to go up there just for rain. It's just too much on my back. And it's not so much the lugging the backpack up the mountain. It's the crouching down under the tarp and the getting up and sitting down from the camera. That weakens your back. And then you put a massive backpack on and it, yeah, hurts. So I'll do more valley camps. I want to find more spots like this. I definitely do want to go back to my stream. Oh, I love that spot. And I've got a bunch of car camps coming up that I need to do. Got a new tent from Zempire, the Aero Base 6. And I think that will be the perfect tent, car tent, to have Bernie in and get him used to tenting. Yeah. The RBM hot tent is so massive, and because I'll be pumping it up and there'll be a wood fire and stuff like that, I'm not sure that would be too much for Bernie to take. Whereas the aerobase tent would be easy. And that takes a lot less time to pump up and set up. And no fire, anything like that. Yeah, so I really want to test that. And I need to take him somewhere that I know, that's safe, that's he won't have a problem with. And I'm thinking of going to a place I went to with Bruno first time, when I first took him camping. It's a lovely spot, high up above a river. It's called Butcher's Flat. Oh. When the wind kicks in and it hits like a downdraft on top of the tarp, but it doesn't hit me. Well, it's all holding fine. All right, everyone, I'll bring you back, I think, for pack down, because I'm not going to have breakfast. Actually, what I will do is, I can't tell, no, it's still dark. Once it's light, we'll go for a little wander, see if there are any animals out there, just sort of before the sun comes up. And I'll just show you a bit more of the riverbed, because it is so beautiful. And then we'll do the pack down. Yeah. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming. I just raked over the coals to check the fire. It's still burning. We could probably have a pretty decent fire again in the morning. But that just shows that's been going all night, even in the rain. And it poured all night. And look, it's still going. Awesome. But I need that to be out by the time I'm gone, otherwise I'll have to put it out with water. I'd rather it burns off though. Having another coffee. Yummy. And the light is starting to come up now. I just saw loads of stars. But yeah. So we should be good to have a little look around soon. Oh, right, it's starting to get light, which means the sandflies are going to be out. In fact, I think they're already coming. There you go. The thermocell definitely keeps them away. But what we're going to do is I'm going to grab the small camera. I hate hoods. I absolutely hate hoods, but it was warmer with my big puffy hood up. Grab the camera. Let's just go for a wander. See if there are any deer tracks, fresh deer tracks down here. Yeah, nice little morning walk, have a look around, and then we'll come back for pack down. Okay, let's shut everything off. And we need to, oh, come here. Fingers aren't working in the morning. These little lamps are great. Okay, and we need to shut this off and close the tent. We don't want any bugs or birds going in here. We have Kia here, mountain parrots. Very inquisitive. Okay. I think I've got everything I need. Yeah, the fire was still burning, which is amazing. Look at that view. Right, we're going to unplug the Starlink because I think I've only got, what have I got left? 11%. I did turn it off all night. I've only just turned it back on this morning. But yeah, 11% left. Amazing. Look at that. Oh, well, let's just go for a wander because the morning chorus is stunning. Listen to the birds. never know, a deer might be around here somewhere. This is an animal trail. Nice to get away from the roar of the river. Gosh, if you really wanted to be quiet, you'd camp all the way back here. So much clearing. It's just pristine. Pristine beach and manuka forest. Amazing. Okay. Lovely. So I'm down there. All right. Walk back to the river and bring you back then. Right, we're back down onto the riverbed. Oh, it's just, I tell you, it's so lovely in the forest. It really is. Just the sounds of the birds, the calmness in there, the peace. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful ancient beech forest. It's just lovely. But look at this. Imagine what this is going to be like when the sun comes up. I can't believe that, well, it is I guess it is the end of winter, so there is snow up there. I just don't know how to zoom this camera. Yeah. It looks beautiful. Oh, here we go. I might have zoom. That's about all my zoom I've got. So there's snow up there. Snow in the distance down the valley. It's cold. Snow up there as well. But, oh, just lovely. What a spot. And I tell you what, the river's not flowing quite as fast, I don't think, today. Might have dropped slightly. I'm surprised. Ah. What a spot. And I'm the only person here for miles. No one around. In fact, standing here, you know what? Standing here, I've just realized I can't see a single man-made thing except my camp, which I can't see from here either. So look, more snow up behind us there. You've got this beautiful beach trees, these are called, with manuka tucked in the background. And you got all the way down the valley, nothing, just nothing there. I'm not doing that justice. I've got to zoom in, hang on. All right, so the sandflies are out. So look. Good old iPhone. Look at that in the distance. Wow. So all this water in this river is coming from that catchment area. That's a long way away. Stunning. And yeah, there's nothing man-made. What a spot.
Be lovely to see some animals in there. But that time has been and gone, and they all know I'm around. Smoke from my campfire, so there's probably nothing around here at all. Okay, I think we'll do one last look. At camp, and then pack up. One last look from the river. Whew, gosh, it's nippy. There it is. Let me switch around. Whoa, the sandflies are coming out with a vengeance. They don't usually come out when it's this cold, but I guess they're hungry and they're finding me. Wait till the sun comes up, then I'll be swarmed in them. It's the only downside to this spot is sandflies. There's no way you'd want to camp here unless it's really cold. Just no way. They'll drive you crazy. Be dive bombing your eyeballs. Look at that. Quite possibly one of my best ever camp spots. I mean, come on, in terms of location, to sit, have a fire, have shelter, be protected. How can you beat that? Look at what I'm looking out at. That's my view. Awesome. Just, it's got to be easily top 3 camp spots for me. I mean, that tree is a bit annoying, and it's dead. But if I wanted a pole, that's what I used it for. Other than that, beautiful. Okay, see you back at camp. So I was just about to walk back and I just noticed something. So right here in front of camp, fresh tracks, and they've been rained on all night. So deer were walking along the river edge here. I wonder if my camp spooked them at all. Probably not. If I was fast asleep, then they probably couldn't care less. Cool, anyway, see you back at camp. All right, time to pack up. I think what we'll do is, because it's not raining, it's a beautiful morning, I think what we'll do is we'll just take the tarp down first, because then it's easier, I don't have to bend down all the time. So the temperature is just above 0, 1 degree. Right, we hook that on here. Okay, so let's take the tarp down. So we need to take all these side pegs out. Ugh. We need to drain some of this moisture off. Rain and dew. Luckily there's none underneath, no condensation. I don't want this going all over my gear. I like this tarp, I really do. I like the design. Cool. That was easy enough. Right, I don't want to get my gloves soaking wet here. Usually the worst bit of putting the camp away is the tarp. It's always the wettest or covered in ice. And obviously if you're not using a tarp, then it's the tent. And your hands freeze so quickly. Especially with ice, snow. Oh. Okay, great success. Right, so now you can really see the tent set up. You can see I'm sort of on a slope. I didn't get that right. I should have actually done it more over here, but I couldn't align it properly because I wanted to be under the tarp and the line was there.
I guess, you know, next time maybe I'll prioritize the tent and how I'm going to sleep rather than where I'm going to sit. We'll see. I just love having the perfect spot to sit out and look out though. Anyone who knows me knows I don't really like spending much time in the tent. I like sitting outside, feeling at one with the nature and my Starlink. Yeah. Which is basically just died. Run out of power. It did well. Right, let's start packing everything up. So I am going to fast forward from now. All right. Woo. That was pretty easy. Okay, all I've got to do is, so I've put the fire out. You saw I poured water on there. The rocks are still a bit warm, but I'm going to pile the rocks over the coals, so that's covered. And I just need to change out of all this gear, just keep my waterproof layer on for the hike back to the truck. And just put the rest of this in the pack. So I need to pack that away, the big camera, and bring you back on the Osmo Action. Okay, all packed up, everything in here. It feels just as heavy as when I carried it in. Site's clear, where I camped. Covered this up and I poured more water on as well. Someone else is going to use that. I might come back here and use that pit as well. Having the rocks, the stones on the base, perfect. Didn't explode. What a surprise. That's a great fire pit. Listen to these bellbirds. They're beautiful. And the sun is just about to pop up over that hill. And I need that. That's my cue to get out of here, because as soon as that sun pops up, the sandflies will come at me. One last look. Just beautiful. All right, let's get back to the truck. I clocked it, I think it's about 15 minutes. It's not long. So for me, for a wild camp, this has got to be one of the easiest locations I've ever walked to. Even easier than this stream. But it is a wild camp. That's the key thing. Snow up above me, up here. You probably can't make that out. This is just a beautiful spot. I'd love to have a cabin in here. Magic. I just love the forests. All right, we're going to punch through, back past where we went down to the river, all the way through there, follow this animal trail, and I'll bring you back at the truck. Whew. It was wet in there. All right, back at the truck. No limbs, I hope, have fallen on it. There it is. Oh, looks okay. Good. Oh.
Yeehaw. Whew. Just like that, here comes the sun. Sandfly time. Right, gotta put my shoes on and I'll bring you back, show you some of this track that's rough as anything. Oh man, that was pretty gnarly. It still is, but we're out now. Oh, yeah, cool. Big boulders, big boulders. Yep, we're out. Woo! Oh, that sounded loud. Woo! All right, everyone. Oh, I can come out of four-wheel drive now. Thank you so much for coming on this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time. It was nice to get back and doing a wild camp, even though I wasn't that far from the truck, but you saw where I am. The nature is just stunning. I want to thank all of our YouTube members, all of our Buy Me a Coffee members, and everyone who's bought treats for myself and Bernie and the puppies on Buy Me a Coffee over the years. Thank you so much. Thank you to all our Patreon members and all of our likes and subscribes and all of the super thanks on the comments. Thank you so much. Especially thank you for everyone who's bought merch. Thank you so much as well. It's watching people sending me photos with their stickers or their hats or beanies or whatever. It's so cool. I love that. And people spot each other wearing the stuff as well sometimes as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so thank you for everyone for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for the nice comments. Thank you for being loyal to the channel. Really loved it. I'm hoping the next camp will be a car camp with Bernie, hopefully. We'll see. He's, as I say, he's pretty shy. He's pretty timid at the moment, but he'll get there, and he'll love it. He'll get into it, definitely. All right, everyone, thanks so much. I might try and see if I can give a little clip of Bernie and Bolly at the end of this video when I get home, the greeting that I get. So stick around for that. Thanks again, everyone, and see you next time on AB Camping. Here are the puppies. I didn't video them meeting me because it was too chaotic, but I'm here now and I'm with them and they're a nightmare. Bye, everybody. Bye.